members of the media. We are here for the post-match press conference for the Nedbank Cup Final, joined by the home team coach, Coach Rhulani Mokwena, just to give an overview of the match. We are allocating 15 minutes each, maximum, for each press conference, so please make sure also with your questions you get straight to the point. I am starting, I've got a stopwatch here, so I'm going to start my timer now. Coach, you can just maybe give us an overview of the 90 minutes.
Yeah, good evening to members of the media. Yeah, it's one I really cannot find words to explain. I thought we started very, very well. In fact, I thought we played well overall. And we got the penalty from, I think a clear decision. I've just watched all the key decisions. And then we don't score that, okay, and then the game drags a little bit for 0-0 until half time. But still, again, still very, very comfortable. So much control, so much. In fact, I think one of our better performances this season. And to dominate a game like that, a cup final like that, against a very strong team like Orlando Pirates, and then not to win is bittersweet. Because you look at the performance and you know you deserve better. But like I said to the players, even in my team talk, cup finals are not there to be played, they are there to be won. And of course, I think also some of the key moments in the game didn't go for us. The penalty we missed. I just saw the penalty they got given. I thought Tito actually fouls Obrigodiva, to be honest. I watched it again and again, and I think it's actually a foul for Sundowns, and it should be given right away. And I'm not so sure about the foul on Marcelo Allende because there was 2 or 3 incidents where similar situations happened for Bongani Zungu and for Musa, and actually the foul was given the other direction. So, but cup finals are like that. Games like this are about small details and moments, and unfortunately the moments in the 90 minutes today didn't go for us. So you've got to congratulate the winners of the Pirates and be gracious in defeat, and congratulate them for defending the Nedbank Cup trophy.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions from the floor. Do we have that microphone? Okay, let's start with Mr. Gleason there. I've noted Karabo. I think there was also another hand. Kensani, Temba. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Coach, can I ask you about Mudau? It was intriguing the fact that you insisted he stayed on. He didn't want to come off. His hand was dragging. Just talk us through. Can you explain that to us? How that whole thing went? What was your thinking? Why did you want him to stay?
We needed him. We just needed him. I mean, he's an important player. He was playing very well. His dribble is what led to the penalty. So we just needed him. And I thought, I asked him even at halftime, does he think he can continue? But and he felt he could. So we needed him.
All right. While we still have the microphone, let's go to Litabo. Can we get a microphone to Karabo as well?
Good evening, Coach. Hard luck today. Times. Coach, I just want to ask you that having had today the possibility of getting that treble today, how much does it hurt? And also, is Pirates now your good team in terms of cup finals?
Well, the facts speak that they've beaten us twice now, so I don't know if that makes you a good team or not. How much does it hurt? Every defeat leaves a very deep scar. Every defeat. It doesn't matter what type of occasion or what type of game it represents, but every defeat, in my opinion, always leaves a very, very deep scar. So the pain is there for sure. It's not about losing to Pirates. It's not about losing the cup finals. It's about losing the match. and then losing a match that still in my heart, you know, really in my heart. I haven't watched it again, but in my heart, I thought we played well enough to win it, you know. So that hurts even more. In football, the ones that you lose and you deserve to lose are a little bit easier to digest. It's the ones where you think you played exceptionally well, where you get the dagger right at the end and you make. Even though I am speaking about some of the moments, but really we could have defended that situation a hell of a lot better, and we knew about it because we worked on it yesterday at training, you know. So, but anyway, congratulations to Pirates and commiserations to this group. I think they deserve a little bit more than what we've ended off with. I think we've had a fantastic season. We've played some incredible football, and under very difficult circumstances, we've kept going up until the very end. I mean, 57 games in one season is not easy. I think 28 or 29 of those are cup games, and that's also not easy because those are games of consequence. But I suppose that is how we will develop as a team, and now we use the off season to introspect, all of us, including myself, and try to go again next season.
Karabo, quick one.
Good evening, Coach.
Hi,
Like
good.
on the result,
Yeah.
I think to some extent one might say it's an unpalatable result. But then for you, Coach, the way that you concede, or let me just say, you don't normally lose matches from leading, and that happened, and you know they equalized, they win again. Is that disappointing, or you know the way that you guys conceded both them goals?
Yeah, look, it's like I said, it's difficult to find words to explain this game. It's really very difficult because I didn't, not for one moment did I think that Pirates could score at 1-0. You know, we were in so much control, and we had to be careful about the counter-attacks, and we had very good rest defense. We were, yeah, but counts for zero, does it? You know, when you talk about the performance, you talk about. I thought this was one of Mshishi's best games. I thought this was one of Obasi's best games. I thought Musa Lebuso was very good. I thought Modao was good. I thought some of Marcelo in a very long time. I thought played very well. But yeah, it's difficult when you go also into it and then you lose Lucas. So that's another moment that went against us. Even before that, you lose Peter Shalulile to a freak injury building up to the preparations. That's another moment. So yeah, I suppose when fate decides, you know, you've got very little chance.
Quick one, Jabula.
Jabulin from News 24. Coach,
Hi, Jabs.
what did the season teach you about yourself and also about this team, looking at everything that was thrown at you guys and how you responded to it?
There's a lot, but I think I need to have an off season to properly digest the lessons, you know. But of course there's a lot of lessons, not just about the team, about the individual players, but also about myself, you know. About the most important part when you lose games like this is you have to start with yourself, the coach. You know, you can't go too far. You start with yourself and you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, could you have done better? And first, before even going into finding reasons as to why you've got to humble yourself and apologize to the football club, because it's not a game we should have lost. So it's my responsibility to apologize to Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club, the supporters, the board, the club in its entirety for letting them down, because we shouldn't have lost the game. And then it's about introspection and checking yourself and checking what did you do and checking if the investment is enough. And if the investment is not enough, then it becomes a bit of a problem, because the club deserves better. And the club deserves a coach that will invest a little bit more and help them to cross over the line. So that's what my off season will be about.
Okay, Clifford, Temba, and then Kensani. Okay, Temba, you can go since we already have the mic. Quick one, please. Can go ahead, I'm sure we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, TT.
Coach, when it comes to the actual match, the exclusion of Mabasa as well as Lebukile and the inclusion of Mayela from the team that was playing last match that they played, how much of a surprise was that, and was it something that you actually studied that they were going to bring on?
No, fortunately, I actually that's the thing. Sometimes is the depth of the investment is too much to accept a defeat like this, you know. And why I say that is because with the staff and with the analysts, I probably watched 12 Orlando Pirates matches. The last 10, and then I watched the MTN 8 final. And I watched the game that we played against them in January. And specifically, the game we played in January was the last match I watched. We then cut the clips of that game because I remember vividly after the match, the coach, Jose Riviera, saying to me that he enjoyed that game. He thought that his team played very, very well. So when I saw the lineup, and even though I had expected a Kabelo Dlamini to start because I think he's been fantastic really for them. I thought Mabasa has been very good and I thought he would start, but seeing that game in January and how they pressed and how aggressive Salem was and Hoto was and Mahopa was, and how important they were for beating the press and going beyond with the flicks and second balls, relatively it was not surprising because I had just watched the game and I saw how well the coach felt they did, and with the things that they did very well were the things of high pressing and beating the press with when you go a bit with the build up and then they go to Mahopa or to Hoto to flick for runners behind and use the speed. So yeah, it's a pity because, as I say, it's the investment doesn't equate to the outcome, and that's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. And I can imagine for the players even more, you know, because I can't fault them for effort. You know, like it's a game where I cannot say to the players you didn't do enough, you know. But we lost, and that's what matters in cup finals. You've got to win. All this other stuff, when you start to explain, sounds like excuses or comes out as excuses. So, and that's no one's interested in that. Who cares?
Quick one, Clifford, then Kensani.
Coach Clifford Kapkanafemia. Coach, do you sometimes have, you know, Mario Balotelli, Mourinho conversations with Mendieta, because sometimes he seems to be overzealous in some of the challenges that he makes and gets himself into trouble?
I don't know Mourinho and Balotelli's conversations. So.
Let's pass on the mic. Can we get it to Kensani? In the interest of time, Coach.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fatu. Evening, Coach.
Good evening.
On Thursday, you said this final needs 3 people on the pitch on the day. Obviously, your team was good. Well, how difficult is a coach to lose 2 finals consecutively against Pirates? To what seems as like contentious decisions from the referees?
Yeah, it's gonna sound like excuses, Kens. You know, I watched the penalty that they got, and really, Tito is not even looking at the ball, and he moves his back and he slides into Modiba. You know, Modiba could have done a bit better and anticipated a little bit better in that situation and not gone tight. Because if you read the body language of Maswangai, it's not even to go into the situation and compete for the jewel. So maybe it's to allow him to try. It's a very difficult ball. It's in the air. It's coming at very high speed. Maybe it's to allow him to receive first and just keep your position and then apply pressure and force him a little bit back. but it's football, you know, these things happen. But you lose games with these things that happen. So how difficult it is, it's very difficult, but it is what it is, because it's the game of football. You can't say we didn't play well. You can't say we didn't deserve to win. You can't fault the players for effort. And maybe as a parting shot, I'd like to thank them for everything they've done this season, all their commitment, their energy, their willingness to work very, very hard, their cooperation and dealing with me and the pressure that I put on them every single day. So I want to thank them for that, and they win or lose, they will always have a special place in my heart. I love this group of players, and I know that they love me also, just as much, if not more. But it's not enough, is it? You know. Okay, we take the double. We've done incredible work this season, and I think if you look at what we've done, 29 games unbeaten in the league, setting new records for number of points, number of games, equaling a clean sheet record that's been there for so long. Going 49 games, someone told me, without a defeat or something like that. And away wins, number of away wins in a season, number of double wins, like 8 double wins in a season. I mean, it's not done before. Winning the AFL, which for me and the club at the beginning of the season, it was very, very clear that the AFL was #1 priority. Winning that, plus the league title, which I think is very, very important, because it's the 7th consecutive in a row for the football club. Qualifying for the Club World Cup, which is a consequence of a lot of hard work, not only this season, but also last season, when a lot of people said, but against Al Hilal, why did you put your strongest team, and why did you run and save that penalty and not knock Al Ahly out? Now you understand why all of those results catch up with you, because it's points that give you possibilities to qualify for a major tournament, which was a big objective for the club, and qualify for the Club World Cup, which is now something we've done. So we've ticked a lot of boxes. And then when you look at the MTN 8, where were we last season? We were in the semi-finals. This season we lost, unfortunately, in the finals. The Nedbank Cup, last season we lost in the quarterfinals. This year we lose in the finals. So the gains may be marginal, but they are there, you know. And sometimes that's the perspective you've got to take. You know, you've got to look at the level of growth that the team has undergone. And even though for the stage of the football club that we represent is not enough, but it's important not to lose perspective on some of the good work that we've done, and some of the objectives that we've achieved, and the boxes we've ticked. But yeah, still not good enough, is it? For good at Mamelodi Sundowns, unfortunately, it's not good enough.
Coach, thank you very much. We'll end it here.
Thank you very much, guys. Travel safe.